Welcome everyone back to Wrestling with Politics. My name is Joel Perez, and today we're going to be discussing CNN's recent video discussing the shocking escalation of events in the recent CEO shooting story. There are now wanted posters being hung up for the top healthcare CEOs, which has sent shockwaves through the deep state. Which is actually why I wanted to cover this video, because of course the dummies at CNN can't wrap their heads around why something like this would be happening. But without wasting any more time here, let's get straight into this news report, because as always with CNN, there's just loads of propaganda being spewed here.
The NYPD tell CNN that CEO wanted posters have been seen around the city as fears grow that copycats could target other corporate executives.
Well, Jim, there is a real sense of nervousness and even fear in C-suites really across the country. This fatal shooting in Midtown Manhattan, not far from where I am right now, has been a real wake-up call for business leaders and for boards of directors, the security firms that are paid top dollars to protect executives. They say that their phones have been ringing off the hook ever since this news broke. One veteran security executive told me that corporate America is nervous. And he said healthcare is the target now, but who's next?
And corporate America should be running scared, because for decades these CEOs have decided to play games with the American people's lives without thinking about the fact that some of the cold-blooded decisions that they make impact the lives of real people. They decided that they would make a living off of other people's suffering, and now there's people out there who want to make them suffer just as bad. And now some of those people have decided to take this situation to the extreme and remind these CEOs that unless they deliver for the people, their lives are on the line as well. I personally wish that it didn't have to get to this point of violence, where someone has to be killed in order for the elites to start listening to the demands of the people. I wish that they would listen when people protest and riot, but they haven't been. And this next clip proves exactly that. They are not learning a damn thing from this situation.
Companies are considering a range of steps to try to ramp up security, including reassessing the security protocols that are already in place and the budget. They're increasing the number of security personnel and the amount of technology in offices and even in the residences of executives. They're urging executives to delete their digital footprints, including stuff like the floor plans of their homes and any information that's out there about where their kids may go to school. And they're also enhancing mail screening. There's also a sense that this killing really made it clear that companies need to extend the security blanket that exists for those top level CEOs down to their lieutenants, because there are a lot of massive corporations out there like United Healthcare that maybe the security for those division CEOs does not rise to the level that it does for the number one CEO, but perhaps it really should.
So instead of trying to solve the root cause of the issue, which would actually be to listen to what the people's frustration is and provide American citizens with better healthcare, the only solutions that these wealthy CEOs have for this threat to their lives is to hire more security and isolate themselves even more from regular everyday society, even more than they already have. It's fascinating because these people wouldn't have to hire all of the security and live in their gated communities. They would actually be a lot safer if they actually provided people with quality service and reasonably priced healthcare. But instead, they would rather continue to ignore the demands of the people so that they can get filthy rich while they hide away in their mansions and underground bunkers, afraid of the angry mob that has formed to how hard they have ripped everyone off. They think that their money can continue to protect them from the consequences of what their actions have created, and it's absolutely pathetic.
There's also this growing concern about the risk of a copycat, both because of the positive reaction that this has gotten online and also the level of attention that this suspect has received. And New York Police Department intel report obtained by CNN's John Miller said that the online reaction to the killing may signal an elevated threat facing executives in the near term, with the shooting itself having the capability to inspire a variety of extremists and grievance-driven malicious actors to violence.
And these executives, they should be worried about a copycat shooter, because until something changes with how the US healthcare system, which leaves people in crippling debt just for getting sick, which kills 68,000 people a year, which killed 300,000 people during the pandemic alone, until something about that changes, until that frustration gets addressed, people are going to keep voicing their frustration in all types of sick and messed up ways. And the question I want you guys to answer in the comments below is, can you really blame these people? As we discussed in the previous video, we live in a country where people's voices have been silenced to such an extent, where the powerful have ignored the masses for so long, where people have no other choice in many instances but to pick up a gun and remind these sons of bitches exactly who runs this joint. It seems some people need to be reminded it's not supposed to be politicians and billionaires and CEOs running this country. It's supposed to be the American people, damn it. But in today's America, and especially on CNN, that point seems to be completely lost.